Hello, everyone. Meteorologist Hutch Johnson joining you. We have rain on the radar, and it's setting up to be quite heavy. Not all of us will get abundant amounts of rain, but many of us will get at least some. I'll have the track and the timing and a look at how much rain has fallen so far and what you can expect as we begin the first full work week in the month of November on our new time setup coming up right now. But first, a big thanks to my sponsors over at Robert Gibbons Sons. Remember Robert Gibbons Sons for all of your mechanical needs, whether it's plumbing, air conditioning and heating, electrical, residential, commercial, or industrial. They can get the job done. Give Robert Gibbons Sons a call today and let them know Hutch sent you. All right, let's take a look at what we have going on the radar right now. This is the big thing. Heavy band of rain that's pushing north of Jamestown, now heading into Devil's Lake where this dark red is. That's the heaviest band. There is one band that's moving north of the international border right now as well. So this is just setting up just a narrow band of light showers pushing into the I-94 corridor, including Fargo and Fergus Falls. So only a few of us down here in the Southern Valley going to see much of anything substantial right now. This main batch is heading right up into the Highway 200 corridor, and we're talking anywhere from Hillsboro up into Grand Forks, so Buxton, straight up into the Drayton area and into northwest Minnesota. So it's moving more north than east right now. And there will be a chance for some showers in Fargo. But again, the heavier band looks to be up to the north. So let's go ahead and take you in and show you just a little bit with regards to where the heaviest of the rain is right now. So from Cooperstown right into Kensal and northern parts of Stutsman County, Woodworth area, you're seeing some heavy showers right now. Devil's Lake also seeing some showers as we are heading into the evening hours. And again, a loop of this radar data showing that it's working its way slowly to the northeast. And again, it's working its way in the general direction of Hillsboro, Grand Forks, Fargo. We'll see some. It'll be a little longer for us. Now, let's take a look at how much rain has fallen thus far, thanks to my friends at the North Dakota Agricultural Weather Network for providing this series of instruments across the region. Now, out in the western Dakotas, oil patch getting absolutely nothing. We are seeing that the Lake Sakakawea area and the areas near Hazen and Beulah picking up close to 1/3 of an inch there. Look at McLean County here, over 1/2 of an inch of rain. And Bismarck-Mandan, 6/10 of an inch. So beneficial moisture, much needed. 69 100ths on the border of Sheridan County with McLean County there as we look off. Now, the heavy batch, as we showed you, was moving up into parts of central North Dakota and the Highway 200 corridor, where we have 38 100ths in and around Cooperstown. And it's just now starting to get to business along Highway 200 here to the north and west. Hey, how about Barnes County picking up close to 1/3 of an inch, and well, Jamestown picking up 39 100ths. South central North Dakota, Ashley Wishick area out towards Emmons County picking up 3 to 4/10 of an inch or even a 1/2 inch for a few. So there's good moisture with more on the way from this system as we head through. Now let's take a look again at that radar and look at a couple more current conditions before we quickly get into the forecast details. Here is a look at temperatures. Now, because the rain is going to be falling into the overnight hours, the clouds, the rain will keep us from getting too cold tonight. But the added low-level moisture, that is going to add to a fog problem first thing in your morning. Keep that in mind. Temperatures right now range from 45, where things are a little quieter in central Minnesota. That's Bemidji, that's Park Rapids, and that's all the way out to Detroit Lakes. Get into the valley, we're closer to 50 degrees, and that's the case. 45 to 50 degrees across the region as we head into the evening hours. Dew point temperature, it's the amount of moisture that's in the air. Areas that have gotten some rainfall, we have dew points in the mid-40s to around 50 degrees in Bismarck-Mandan. So definitely a chance for some fog. The dew point temperature is the temperature we have to cool the air down to for the air to become saturated or for clouds on the ground to form fog. Okay, so as we add moisture to the air in and around Fargo, in and around Grand Forks, these numbers may indeed rise with temperatures that will only fall as low as a dew point. The air temperature can't fall lower than that unless we dry the air out. So with that in mind, some patchy, dense areas of fog are going to be likely as we start our day in areas that do get some of this rainfall. Look at these readings for dew point temperature out to the west. We're in the 20s and 30s. Extremely dry there, no rain, but where we did get it, those values are certainly a little bit higher. Now let's take a look at what we have with regards to the forecast. Here we go. Hour by hour style. Now, as we take a look at this batch of rain, pretty well forecast here as we go through the afternoon hours where things developed. And as we work through we'll see them continue. Hi, Candy. It's very good to have you on board asking here. Hoping it holds off, Fargo, for another 45 minutes. Working outdoors. Yeah, trying to get everything done that you can do, and I hope it does hold off. Again, you're welcome to drop a comment here on any of my channels, YouTube, Facebook, you name it. Leora, St. Hilaire, I hope you had a wonderful weekend out there. Watching from Jacksonville, Florida. Hey, Robert, I hope you are doing very well. Out that way. That is definitely a little bit warmer out in that neck of the woods. Brenda, good to have you on. Scott, thanks for watching, and good evening to you. And good luck to your Vikings. My Broncos, we really tripped over a big juggernaut out there in Baltimore this weekend, but it's always fun to watch your team and root for them. Back to your forecast. As we head into the later evening hours here, now and beyond, we're expecting the shower chances to work their way to the north and to the east. Now, the heaviest showers are going to move through that Jamestown area and the Highway 200 corridor, as you see here. And this particular model takes most of the heavy stuff up north by midnight. So between now and midnight is when most of the heavier rain will be falling for many in northeast North Dakota. What about the south? Looks more hit and miss here, to be perfectly honest with you, on this model. But not both models now don't agree on this, and there's a number of models to pick from. So I do think that the best chance for some significant rainfall will drift up into parts of Manitoba as we head into the morning hours. Scattered showers, notice this, Sioux City on into southern Minnesota, with a secondary batch pushing its way northward. For us, by morning, patchy dense fog, temperatures mild, and decreasing clouds with a northwest wind that could be gusty at times as this system exits, particularly in the early part of our day. Little weather wiggle wobbling through as we head into our Tuesday, but for the most part, things are looking pretty quiet here. So that is a look at what we have going on with regards to that. Now let's take a look at what we have going on with your forecast. So the best chances, some appreciable rain. Devil's Lake, Nelson County, Walhalla and Cavalier, Pembina. You folks have a shot at an inch or maybe a little bit more of rain from this system. Now, we have gotten measurements out to the west of a half inch or more in a few spots, but this system really starting to get drenchy, if you will, as it's worked its way through. Here in the Southern Valley, a better chance at seeing a 1/10 or 2/10 of an inch of rain. Isolated areas, particularly in the far south, it looks like we could see upwards of a 1/2 of an inch of rain. So that's about our range with this particular wet system, and we will take it as we head into our hours. So your morning forecast looks like this. Mild temperatures with the clouds and showers mainly to the east, fog setting up to the west. The wind will be shifting directions from more of a southerly direction and southeasterly direction here to a northerly and northwesterly one there. Where things are dry, very cold. Okay, dry equals cold and quick to cool, and that's what's going to happen in the big sky country of Montana. And out there in beach, it will be definitely, you want to bring something more than just a beach towel to get along with that 30 degrees to start your day out there. Dickinson 29 in the morning, Williston 30 degrees as well. That's your morning temperatures. We'll have mid 40s for the rest of us here in the valley. Now we'll have decreasing clouds and an increasing northwesterly wind in the early part of the day as that low pressure system moves out. Decreasing clouds west to east. Look at this cool air spilling in behind the system. And our fog, how long will it last? I don't think too long with the gusty northwest winds. Those winds will be ushering in much drier air from parts of Manitoba. And because of that, along with some daytime heating, we're expecting temperatures to be between around 40 and 45 degrees for most. A few, including us in the FM area, Fergus Falls area, much of Ottertail and Wadena counties, and points south into Aberdeen, Sisseton, Wheaton, and the Big Stone area. We're going to see temperatures around 50 degrees is all. Up in the Lake of the Woods area, it looks like some, well, active walleye type weather out there with temperatures slip, dip, dipsity doodling down into the mid 40s. All right, planning forecast as we go through your week. Pretty okie dokie on a quiet Tuesday. Temperatures seasonal for this time of the year. 73 and -7 are the records. That's a good thing to look at from time to time to give us our range. We can get really cold, but we can also enjoy some real mild weather. For the most part, we're going to be at or just above averages as we go through a very dry first work week in the month of November. Our next shower chance after tonight and into your Monday will happen on Saturday and Sunday, as we'll see a system moving in, particularly on Sunday into Monday. Look at these temperatures, though. Mid-50s, yeah, that'll feel pretty nice, and maybe you can get some outdoor work going. Deborah, good to have you on board. I love all the emoji icons there. And Hey, from Jamaica, good to have you on board out there watching. I appreciate you checking things out. If you do have a question about something national, I'm happy to go into it now once we get down to the end here of this particular broadcast. But for now, it does look like I've answered most of the questions. Nathan, good to have you on board. And let's see if there's any other questions that did drop in. Go Vikings, says Betty. And indeed, go Vikings. It's always an exciting time to check out. I think I've got some cake in the oven after some chili for dinner. Did you make something for dinner that was fun and warm here with our Northern Plains weather? Let me know in the comments below. Now, let's take a look at some national weather real quickly, because we do have some wild things going on across the nation, including down in the Central Plains states associated with this same system. Look at Kansas City, Missouri. Look at down in Oklahoma, as very strong thunderstorms with heavy rain are working their way through these particular areas. And we do even have a hail report south of Tulsa and into McAllister, Texas, down to the far south there as we get it. Well, excuse me, Ardmore. These areas having flood warnings, flash flood warnings taking place as this line of thunderstorms with this backward C shape here, likely very windy, working its way into parts near McAllister and Wilburton as it works along the I-40 corridor there towards Fort Smith. So Oklahoma seeing some stout thunderstorms as we get down into Sherman, Texas, Wichita Falls. Those areas seeing some isolated thunderstorm cells down in that general direction as well. So active weather down in the Southern Plains states, bringing some much needed rainfall to parts of Arkansas and Oklahoma and much of southern Missouri. For the rest of the nation, we have a weather wobble working its way through the Great Lakes with soaking showers. If you watch the Green Bay football Packers play today, it was a little bit soggy for that particular game as those rain showers made their way through. Detroit, Grand Rapids seeing some rain showers as well. And again, as you saw in the 7-day planner, once this weather wobble wiggles its way out tonight and into your Monday, it looks a little quieter. Nothing too hot, nothing too cold for the week ahead here. Some unsettled weather taking place down in the south. Looks like we got another hail report in from Texas. Let's go check that out near Abilene. This one was reported at about 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. And this report was for 1.3-inch diameter hail out there. And that was in Anson, Texas, in Jones County. Now in Oklahoma, here was nearly 1-inch diameter hail, so 9/10 of an inch. And that falling in Lehigh out there, 4 miles southwest of that area. And that was turned in at 7:30 on this day. So that's a look at what's going on across the nation. Thanks so very much, Deborah. Good to have you on board. Thanks for asking your question. Wow, live in North Aurora, Illinois. Okay, I went to college and, well, high school in Aurora, Colorado, a little farther away, but I know I'm not supposed to pronounce the S in Illinois, but it's Illinois. My apologies for that. Hope everybody's having a good evening. Let's see if there's anything else. If not, I'm going to get to watching some football and eating some chocolate cake and having a good evening, and I hope you do the same. Marco Island, Florida, where things are nice. Let's check out your temperatures down there. And all of us in the north, as we're seeing a huge transition here, are seeing Jacksonville at 72, Tampa 79 degrees, and enjoying the quieter weather of late. There is some tropical weather that could be making its way up into the Gulf Coast states as well. Look at the heat down in southern parts of Texas, down here in the Big Bend out area. 81 degrees there, and as we look down, 88 degrees right now as we look down south of Pearsall and Pleasanton at 81 degrees south of San Antonio. So the heat is on down there. But look at the cool pool behind this weather wiggle working its way through with some snow in the Rocky Mountains. We have 30s in the elevated terrain Denver right now, 45 degrees. All right. Thanks, Tracy. That chili was sure yummy, and I got leftovers. Isn't that kind of nice? Because for those cool days, it's kind of nice to have a nice cup of chili along with stuff to go. So that was my fun fall feel-good kind of a meal for today. Hope you have a wonderful day. Please, if you do get a rainfall measurement, I would love to have your report. You can log on to hutchesweather.com. Hutchesweather.com will keep you up to date with the very latest. This is what hutchesweather.com looks like. If you go there, please keep in mind, I'd love to have you drop in your email address, and I'll let you know when I'm cutting in and letting some folks know of inclement weather. Keep all of my sponsors in mind here as you're running through the Fargo-Moorhead area. You can do the interactive radar. Did you know that if you hold down the right mouse button and zoom it around a little bit, even on your phone, you can use multiple fingers to kind of tilt and zoom and just really get in and zoom in on the latest on the interactive radar. You can always get Hutch's most recent updated report right on hutchesweather.com. If I hit refresh here, you'll see that basically I'm on live now, and that's what shows up at the top. So if you happen to come to my page and I'm on live, you'll see it right there. Also, if you allow my page to follow you, no matter where you are and no matter when you're there, the latest in watches and warnings and advisories will be up at the top of your page. So that is a look at what we have going on right now across the area. This is where I want you to upload your photo reports of rainfall. So if you have a rain gauge, take a picture with your photo camera there and upload it to hutchesweather.com. You have a wonderful Sunday night. Enjoy your feel-good food. Hope your chores get done. I think are you used to this new sunset time? It's a little bit interesting out here. Sunset tomorrow, by the way, at 5:06. 5:06. What? It starts. Have a wonderful night. We'll talk again with an update in the morning. I'd love to have your reports on hutchesweather.com.